Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I'm Ashley and I am so excited that you are here with me today. This is going to be part 2 of my physical media collection. When I say physical media, I mean VHS, DVDs, Blu-rays. And the first video was my holiday themed VHS tapes. So now I am going with my VHS tapes that come in a slip cover. And then if I have time, I might cover my Disney clamshells, but it'll probably have to be in the next video because I'm trying to break it up into many parts because I don't want to overwhelm anybody with a super long video. Plus, I have ADHD, so for me, it's easier to break things up into parts as opposed to just doing it all. So when you are watching this video, it's going to be the same day for me. As you can see, same shirt, but a different day for you. And I know in the last video I forgot to say this in my closing, so I'm going to say it now before I forget. Please make sure you leave a like and you comment and you subscribe to my channel. It really does help me a lot, and it's a free way to show me some support. And I'm just gonna go right in. I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy day to click on my video and watch it, and I hope you enjoy my video. Okay, so now I'm just gonna get right into it and show you my VHS collection. So first thing I'm gonna show you, I'm just gonna go by, I have everything piled onto the couch here, so I'm just gonna go by what I have, like by top. It's not going to be in any specific order. So I have Pretty Woman on VHS. First time I've ever watched this movie, actually. I ended up buying it on VHS because I couldn't find it on a streaming service, and when I could find it on a streaming service, it was a streaming service I did not want to pay a subscription for just to watch one movie. So I was lucky that I found this at Value Village for $2, and I picked it up and I watched it and I enjoyed it, so I decided to keep it. So I have that one. And then I have, this is the only movie I have 2 different copies of. I have the DVD of this movie, Titanic, as you can see, but I also found this, like, you can find this anywhere. Like, you can walk into any kind of thrift store and find Titanic on VHS. If you can't find one copy, you're at least finding 3 copies in the same thrift store. Like, this movie is so easy to find on VHS. It's crazy. But I decided to get a copy on VHS because it's nostalgic to me, because I remember watching it on 2 video cassettes back in the day. But whenever I watch this movie, I watch my DVD version because it's just how I've always watched the movie for many, many years now. But this does bring back some nostalgia. I might pop this in my VCR just to make sure that it works, and watch it all the way through once just to make sure that it works and that it's in good condition. But for now, it's just in my VHS collection, and I do love this movie. So I have that. And then next I have Winnie the Pooh and A Day for Eeyore. This I need a replacement for because the tape is really whitewashed. Like, it just, you can't see the picture on it when you watch it. It just looks really, really, really whited out, like really light, and you can't see it. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm watching it on a 4K TV, But a lot of my other tapes are not like that. Like all my other tapes actually are not like that at all. Like most of my other tapes that I don't already need replacements for, I can watch a movie on them no problem on my 4K TV, but this one I can't. So I am looking for a replacement for this. Now, I have the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which I will show you later on, but I have the Masterpiece Collection copy, which does not have this short on it. So if I can find a copy of the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh on VHS that has this short with it, then I'll get that. But for the most part, I'm pretty sure I'm just looking for a replacement for this. But I do keep all tapes that I need a replacement for, I keep in my collection anyway until I find the replacement, and then I replace it. Just because I want to be able to keep track of everything that I have, and it's easier if I need a replacement for something. I can just mark down that I need a replacement for it, as opposed to getting rid of it completely and then never finding it again. I don't know. I'm strange like that, I guess. Next I have DuckTales High Flying Hero. Never actually seen this. I only kept it because Dana is a really big DuckTales fan. He loves DuckTales and Darkwing Duck. So I found this in a bin of VHSs that I bought off Marketplace for like $10. And I decided to keep this one for Dana. So I do have that one. Next I have New York Minute on VHS. I was a huge Mary-Kate and Ashley fan back in the day, so it just feels good to have this movie, even though this movie wasn't my favorite out of all their movies. This one was the only one that was theatrically released. No, I shouldn't say it was the only one, because I'm pretty sure It Takes Two was theatrically released as well. But this movie, it's one of their very, I almost want to say it's their last movie that they made together before they decided to go their separate ways. And pretty sure Ashley Olsen quit acting at this point and just focused on her fashion career, where Mary-Kate continued acting for a little bit after this movie, and then she ended up retiring from acting too a few years later, and they both just started focusing on their fashion career. So this is the last movie of them together, I believe, and I thought my collection would not be its collection without it, so I have it. And next I have another childhood favorite, Flintstones. I'm pretty sure this movie was made to get the 90s kids into the Flintstones, because the Flintstones was more of a 60s and 70s kids thing. But it's a good movie. I really like it, which is really saying a lot, because I'm not normally a fan of live action takes on cartoons. I'm not really, I did not enjoy any live action version of any anime movie I liked. I did not like Dragon Ball Evolution. I don't think anyone liked Dragon Ball Evolution, let's be real here. But I'm not a fan of the Disney live action remakes either. I think the only one that I actually liked out of all the Disney live action remakes, the only one that I actually really liked was probably also not a favorite by anybody else, but I really liked the Beauty and the Beast live action remake. I really liked that one. But as far as others go, I prefer to just watch the cartoon. Even Beauty and the Beast, I prefer to watch just the cartoon, but I did like the live action Beauty and the Beast. I was really disappointed of The Little Mermaid. I was really excited for The Little Mermaid. I was the most excited about The Little Mermaid live action remake. And then when I watched it, I was disappointed. But go figure. I'm not really a fan of the Disney live action remakes. Anyways, I am rambling. I'm sorry. I have the Flintstones. It's a good movie, considering the fact that it is a live action take on a cartoon. Next is another childhood favorite. This is probably, I'm gonna have to say, this is my all-time favorite movie. Out of all the movies that I've ever seen in my entire life, this is my favorite movie ever. Spice World. I love this movie. And not just because I loved the Spice Girls, especially when I was little and the Spice Girls were huge back then. This movie is just it's so funny. Like, it's one of those movies where it's so cheesy, it's funny. Like, it's just, like, that whole, like, I don't know. It's really cute. I really like this movie. I still enjoy it. Even though the Spice Girls are not really relevant anymore, I still really like watching this movie. And I'm pretty sure if you showed this to kids today, like young girls or teenage girls, they would probably like it too. Honestly, like, even though the Spice Girls are not relevant anymore, it's still one of those movies that even if you don't know who the Spice Girls are, you will still like this movie. Like, it's a cute movie. I really like it. But that's just my opinion. I could be 100% wrong. Anyways, moving on. Another favorite. I'm a huge Tim Burton fan, and I love Beetlejuice. So I have Beetlejuice as it was intended to be watched on VHS in its original format. Love it. Love it. And then keeping with the Tim Burton theme, Ed Wood. Love Johnny Depp. Absolutely love Johnny Depp. Love Tim Burton. This was a Blockbuster rental previously. There's a sticker on the back and it says August 27th, 2002. I don't know what that means. I don't know what those stickers mean. I don't know if that means that's the day that Blockbuster got this copy. But I'm pretty sure if I open it up, someone tried to take it off. I bought it at Salvation Army, but someone tried to take it off the Be Kind Rewind sticker. I do have a couple of other Blockbuster former rentals here, so I probably will be able to come across one where the sticker is still on there, but unfortunately this Be Kind Rewind nostalgic sticker has been removed off of this, or attempted to be removed. But yeah, really like Tim Burton. And staying with the Tim Burton theme, Batman Returns. I don't have the first Batman on VHS. I have it on Blu-ray. And I don't see a point in me getting it on VHS because I have it on Blu-ray. I might still buy it on VHS just to have it in my collection, just to have the two of them together. But I don't really need it since I have it on Blu-ray. But this is the only copy I have of Batman Returns on, which is on VHS. So, I don't know. I actually really like this one better than I like the original. As weird as that sounds, I really liked Batman Returns. I love Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. It's a really good movie. At least in my opinion. Most people would probably have a different opinion of it, but I really like this movie. So, anyways, I don't want to spend too much time on how much I like every single movie, but obviously I like it to some point because I own it. But moving on, I got this one off eBay. It's another one of my favorites, A Clockwork Orange. Love this movie. It's one of those movies that it was so controversial for its time that it's a cult classic now because it was so controversial and it was banned for so many years. And then it got re-released in the late... It got re-released a few times on VHS, but it was banned from theaters for the longest time. It was just such a controversial movie. And it actually is a really good movie. Like, if you are somebody that's into dystopian films, like films that take place in a really weird future, this is a really good movie. And I'm back. Sorry guys, I had a tickle in my throat and I had to get a drink of water. So, moving on, I have The Silence of the Lambs. Really good movie. As you're gonna notice, a lot of my movies that I have are horror movies because I'm a big horror movie fanatic. Next is another one that I really like, The Lost Boys. I gotta move these tapes to my coffee table here because they keep falling in my lap. Next I have, well, first I'm going to show you Halloween. I almost wanted to say this was the first printing, but this is not the first printing. It says right here it's 1989, so I'm assuming this is a 1989 print, but still a good one to have in your collection if you're a horror movie fan. And of course Halloween 2, because we need Halloween 2 if we have Halloween 1. Mainly because Halloween 2 is literally just the continuation of the first movie. Like, it picks up right where it left off in the first movie. I really like this one. Next I have The Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. And next I have Bride of Chucky, which is also a Blockbuster former rental. Yeah, here we go. Nostalgic. It says, to play is human, to rewind is divine. Wow, what a difference. It doesn't say be kind, rewind, but still, it's funny. It's very nostalgic. And this one has a date of my birthday, January 17th, 2000. So it would have been my 10th birthday that sticker was printed. So I'm assuming that's when they got this copy at their store, was on my 10th birthday. So that's cool. And then, sticking with the Child's Play theme, I do have Child's Play 2. I am looking for Child's Play 1, but I can't find it anywhere. Not on VHS anyway. I can find it on DVD, Blu-ray, almost anywhere. But I want it on VHS to go with my VHS of Child's Play 2. So, moving on, I have The Phantom of the Opera This is the Robert Englund version. As you can see, he looks a lot like Freddy Krueger, because it is the guy that plays Freddy Krueger. But it's kind of cool that he literally looks like Freddy Krueger. Even though, yeah. But yeah, he's back and he's uglier than ever. It says Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, and the enormously successful Nightmare on Elm Street returns to the screen with a bloodthirsty vengeance in this chilling remake of the horror film classic Phantom of the Opera. I'm really happy to have this one because I love all versions of Phantom of the Opera, don't get me wrong. They're all amazing in their own way. But I really wanted this one because I love Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite horror movie. And having Freddy Krueger as the Phantom of the Opera, oh yeah. I know, that was kind of dorky, but it's funny. Anyways, moving on into the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I do have Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Wasn't actually the final nightmare because 2 more movies came out in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise after this one. Wes Craven's New Nightmare was released like 7 years after this one came out. And no, not 7 years. I'm thinking it's the 7th film. It came out a couple of years after this one. And then after that, Freddy vs. Jason came out. So, definitely not the final nightmare, but I actually really like this one. This one got a lot of controversy. Well, not a lot of controversy, but like a lot of the Nightmare on Elm Street sequels, like the more that there were, the dumber that they were. And this one, I really like this one. It's very cartoony and very cheesy and dumb, but it's one of those things where it's one of those ones where it's super charming. So I have that. I don't think I'm gonna get all of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I do want the first one on VHS. If I can find that box set, there's a VHS box set of all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. If I can find that, then I will probably get that. But for the most part, I'm not really looking for the other sequels. I only want the first one. And I only got this one because it came in a lot of others that I was looking for. So that one is just a bonus. But I'm only looking for the first one because the first one was the best one. As with most movies, that's how it is. But I'm not really, like, I wasn't really into the other sequels. They were kind of, Like, that's the thing. Like, Nightmare on Elm Street is such a good movie. But it's just like Friday the 13th. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all. Basically. Now, gonna go into a couple of classics. Starting with House on Haunted Hill. I love Vincent Price. I'm a big Vincent Price fan. And I'm just a big fan of classic horror movies. Like the classic black and white horror films from the 50s, the 60s. Those are my jam. So I have House on Haunted Hill, and I also have another Vincent Price. This one has Vincent Price and Boris Karloff. My dyslexia is not letting me talk at all today. But I have The Raven. The Raven is my favorite Edgar Allan Poe poem. So I'm really excited that I have that. And then next I have The Omen. And of course, the original Amityville Horror. I do like the Ryan Reynolds one too, but that one's on Amazon Prime and I think it's on Tubi as well, so I don't like it enough that I want to own it. But if I ever want to watch it, it's there. And if it's not there, then whatever, I can just watch the original. But I prefer the original over the remake for sure. But they're both good in their own way. And next, moving away from horror for just a second, I have George of the Jungle. I bought this at a yard sale, and it was brand new, still factory sealed when I bought it. So I did open it, but I have yet to actually put it in my VCR and watch it, which I'm sure it is in excellent condition because it was brand new when I got it. And there's no mold on the tape or anything, so I think it's gonna be good. Like, I've seen this movie so many times, but if I ever do decide that I want to watch it, I have it in mint condition, which is amazing. My pile of VHSs are starting to catch up to my phone, so hopefully I don't knock anything down. That was lovely. I dropped one on the floor. Lovely. I gotta save it. There. I got it and it survived. It's The Ring. Go figure, that's the one that falls. Yeah, I bought this off someone off Marketplace. It was a former rental at Rogers Video. And then I have The Sixth Sense. And I have The Craft. And I have Heathers. This is actually a really good movie. And this was also a former Blockbuster rental that was also given to the store on August 27th, 2002. I still don't know if that is what that sticker means. If anybody out there knows what that Blockbuster sticker means, let me know in the comments down below. But I'm assuming that it's the day that the store has received it in their library. And I'm gonna pull it. Yes, here we go. Be a friend. Rewind when you reach the end. Such interest. I still have yet to find a Be Kind rewind, but these ones are just as fun to look at. And then I have Jurassic Park: The Lost World. I want to say this was a former, yep, this was a former rental. But this was a former rental at Ambassador Video. It's in Sackville, Lower Sackville, so I don't know. I never heard of them, but this one says, please rewind the tape. It's always fun to look at these former rentals. And then I have Twister. Another classic. Another good one. And then the last video I'm going to show you in this part is going to be my Sleepy Hollow. This is the Johnny Depp version of Sleepy Hollow. I love that story. I'm just a lover of all creepy stories, but The Legend of Sleepy Hollow is definitely one of my favorites. Personally, I prefer the Disney cartoon version of it. But this is a nice creepy take on it too. I love Johnny Depp. I love Tim Burton. It's such a good movie. So that is it for this part. So please again make sure you leave a comment, a like, and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot. And it's free. And who doesn't like free? So I really hope you enjoyed this video. And again, I do want to thank you very much for taking the time out of your day for watching my video and clicking on it. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.